Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over how to create a project in the Eclipse integrated development environment. So Eclipse is a place where you can go and create, compile, and execute your Java programs. If you don't have this software, you can find information under Start Here How To within Blackboard, as well as Week 1 Materials has a subfolder which instructs students for how to install the Java JDK as well as the Eclipse IDE. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through creating a simple project that asks the user for their name and says hello, and it greets the user by their name. So if I ask them for their name and they would type Mike, it would say hello Mike. So we'll go ahead and get started by creating a new Java project, and we'll call it hello user. And it doesn't matter which version of Java you select here, as long as it is Java version 11 or later. I'm going to hit next. And at this point, you can link libraries and establish module dependencies. At this point, we're not working with that, so I'll leave everything as is. I am going to uncheck create module info.java file, just a little background. A Java module, this concept was introduced in Java 9. Java 9 modules, basically it's a container for one or more Java packages. So it allows you to put them together and collectively call them by a module name. So we have this idea of a module of which multiple packages can be inside. And if you remember from the first class, a Java package groups related classes together, and you can refer to those classes by a unique namespace. So we have three levels. The class, whereas basically where we contain our Java code. Classes are contained within a package, which optionally can be contained within a module. So we're not going to do anything with modules. I just wanted to give a little background there why I was unchecking that, and I'm going to hit finish. Creates a project over here on the left under Package Explorer. By the way, if you have multiple projects that you've created, they'll be over here where you can expand or collapse those projects. So hello user is my project. I need to add a class to my project. So I'm going to add a new class, and I'll just call this one greet user. And I am going to select this checkbox, public static void main. If you recall, that's a special method that executes when an application begins. And by checking this checkbox, I can have that auto-completed for me, as you can see here. So in this area towards the middle of the screen, we can see our editor window where we can edit our class, greet user. And we see that the public static void main method has been created for us. Notice also on the left-hand side that this Java file is contained within a default package. We could have, instead of using the default package, created a named package first and then added the class within, but we're going to go ahead and stick to that default package. So now if I want to ask the user information and read in their response, recall that I have to import the scanner class. Apologize for that. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the auto-generated comment and create a scanner object so we can work with the user and ask them information, but also the scanner is what allows us to read in their response. Oops. There we go. Got sticky keys today. Okay, so I've created a scanner object, and I'm going to go ahead and prompt the user and ask them for their name. can make this a little friendlier if you want and ask them, you know, what is your name? But after you prompt, we need to then read in the name. Now this declaration of variable name could have been on a separate line. Here I'm declaring and assigning a value to variable name in one statement. So recall that the next method will read in the next word written by the user. If you want, you know, multiple words that they would type in, such as Sharon Hoover, then you would use next line. So we could use next line to make sure we get all of their input in the event that there is a white space character in between. Now we have that name and we can greet the user by name. So I'm going to type hello and then just concatenate on the end their name in the form of the variable name. So we have this written. Down here at the bottom, if we had had compilation errors, which I did run into a few as I mistyped there, you'll notice that errors show as you're typing, but also down here at the bottom, you'll see any errors. So once you feel comfortable with your program and you want to run it, you can come up here and just click the Run button. The first time I clicked it, I did not have the top level Hello User selected, so go ahead and select that first on the Package Explorer the first time and then hit Run. It's asking me, do I want to save my changes first? And yes, I do. And you'll notice down here at the bottom, the tabs switched over from Problems to Console. Now it's asking me to put my user hat on and interact with the program. So you can see the prompt, enter your name. Probably need a colon there instead of a question mark. But I'll go ahead and type in my name and hit enter. And then it says, you know, hello, Sharon. And as I said, you know, we could, instead of the question mark, put a colon there. And as you make changes and you rerun your program, you'll notice at the bottom those changes will take effect. So I tend to hit Control S to save intermittently. You can also save under the File menu, but when you go to run your program, it will also prompt you to save any changes that you have.